We can feel as if we have no meaning in our life, and we feel our life has no meaning. So if it relies on a feeling of having no meaning in life, let's do an EFT tapping to help us with those feelings of having no meaning in life. And sometimes people don't like looking in the mirror, so there might be some uncomfortable truths. So let's do an EFT tapping to help us with that. So taking full responsibility for your own well-being and repeating after me, let's go with that flow and let's begin to tap. Even though I feel I have no meaning in life, and my life is meaningless, and when I look at things in my life and in my current situation, I feel a sense of despair, and I don't feel good about myself, and I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Even though there may have been experiences in my life that led me to have no meaning of life, or I'm questioning my meaning within my life, considering other options for my life, and I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Even though of all of these feelings that I'm feeling, a sense of direction, a sense of purpose, and a sense of hope may be what I'm hoping for. And maybe I already have that. It's just this feeling is getting in the way. And I'm open to loving and accepting myself. I feel I have no meaning in life. I feel like my life is meaningless. And that may be reflective of how I see the world and how the world interacts with me. Perhaps I'm isolated. Perhaps I'm surrounded by people and feeling isolated. Perhaps there's no connection between myself and my external world, or how my external world connects to myself. And there's no understanding, and within this no understanding, there lacks a meaning for myself and how I interact with this life. All of the sense of having no meaning, all of this senselessness, all of my senses that I try to hide, all of my feelings in a variety of ways to avoid feeling these feelings. But these feelings speak up for me in many different ways, and I might be feeling flat, or I might be spending a lot of my time depressing these feelings, suppressing them, bottling up, so I don't have to feel this feeling of having no meaning. There's many external voices, and there are many internal voices that are telling me very many demeaning things, demeaning words said to myself that really don't make myself feel very meaningful. I'm full of demeaning statements. I look to others as a reflection of myself. And if others are doing well, then in this inverted mirror, I therefore must be doing unwell, because I'm not living their life that I perceive to be full of meaning. So therefore I must be full of lack. And I like to tell myself these things to give myself some meaning, even though it's demeaning statements said to myself. Or perhaps people say to me that I'm not living up to my potential, that I'm not doing enough, that I need to be doing more. And the more that I do, or try to do, it never seems to be enough. And I can never amount to be enough, because enough is never enough for someone that's telling me to do enough, rather than them do it for themselves. All this feeling of no meaning, all this feeling of wanting to have a purpose, Do I feel purposelessness? Do I feel like I have no purpose in my life? Do I feel like life has no purpose? Are there parts of my life that I like to escape from? Because this feeling does get overwhelming at times, and it's all that I can see, and it becomes a blanket of insecurities, of fears, of doubts and worries, of all these thoughts that I tell myself, or of all these beliefs that have been told to me that I am meaningless. And the more that I believe in that, the more that starts to become true for myself. And I might look to many ways to justify a non-existence. But is this for me, or is this just currently what I'm feeling? For I have many different feelings, and some make me feel good, and some make me don't feel too good. And when I do look to that, and to past experiences of my life, there were some experiences that were good, and some experiences that weren't so good. And do I have to look at these experiences and hold on to these negative experiences as a definition of myself, because they were good experiences that I may be ignoring because I'm trying to survive from those negative experiences? Those negative experiences don't define me, but they are what happened to me, and I really don't want that pain to happen again, so I might do everything in my power to maintain this pain, to not address this discomfort by going into many different ways to avoid this discomfort, whilst remaining in this discomfort. And when I do look at healing, and all my thoughts about healing, and all these healing modalities, I may shun these things. I may say that they're not for me, or come up with many different reasons why I don't want to heal. Similar to these disbelieving statements that say to me that I live a meaningless life. And is that what I want to listen to? And are these the belief systems that I want to believe in? Do I want to believe that I'm meaningless? Or do I want to believe that I'm possible of more? And I am possible of healing? And these voices that are shunning this healing experience may have been past experiences that said healing was wrong, but the abuse was right. And I don't want the abuse to be right in my own eyes by continuing on these same patterns, these cycles of behavior, these cycles of belief systems that were said to me, and now I believe it. In relation to others, is inconsequential of how I heal myself. What other people do in their life is their own business. But I want to manage my own business by managing the health of my business, by taking care of myself. And by taking care of myself, I can manage all parts of my body, all parts of my emotions, and all parts of my feelings in an effective way, rather than looking at ways to push away, to fire those who want to help, to get angry at as a form of action, rather than seeing it as a reaction to people that want to touch upon those sore spots, that want to help me lean into those experiences that tell me that I'm not enough. And by leaning into something, by gently feeling into an experience, I can start to let go of that experience. And by letting go of an experience that tells me I'm meaningless, perhaps I can gain a life of meaning. Because in its place, I might start to tell myself some positive experiences, some experiences where I do have meaning, and I do have a possibility and a purpose within myself. And there may be this thing where I have too many choices, and I have analysis paralysis about even getting started. But the best choice that I can make is by starting an action and starting to experience it. I can think and think and think as a way of protecting myself, but I have to look at this commitment that I'm making to fear rather than to my healing self. It's understandable that I'll be scared. It's understandable that I wouldn't want to address these emotions. This intensity that is within myself that I've been holding on to for so long. But do I want to have a life of holding on to other people's pain, or the pain that is within me, or trying to seek a purpose and see my life as purposeless? I deserve more for myself by freeing myself of the burden of other people's pain, of other people's belief systems about me, of other people's perceptions of me, so that I can change the perception of myself and get a better view of myself, start to feel better within myself. And I can't do this in the avoidance or expect to change whilst remaining myself. Two different versions of myself can't occupy the same space. So perhaps I want to make a choice between giving myself a life of meaning or staying within this meaningless life. Do I want a life of meaninglessness or meaningfulness? What will it be for me? Because at the end, this is my life. This is the life that I have to live. Some experiences I didn't ask for, but these are the experiences that I can deal with. And once I have an awareness of a problem, I can start to change that problem. And that problem might change myself by healing the perception of what that problem had of me. And I can no longer see myself as a problem, but as a person that went through some experiences and made the choice to heal them, rather than stay within them. And that's only the action that I can decide to make, but it is an action that is my life, and I only have one life to live. So I guess it's when I want to step upon that healing journey, rather than waiting at the starting gate. Perhaps I want to free myself by freeing myself from that locked-in gate. That gate that has kept me locked in. All that fear of commitment. All that fear of feeling into these feelings. All this fear that it might overwhelm me. All this anger and resentment that is within myself. All this burden that I've had to carry. This is not me. This is the me that had to carry so much hostility from other people's perceptions, from people that never wanted to look at the gate, to even want to start their healing. Perhaps I want to get some emotional freedom by starting upon that emotional journey. And yes, it won't be easy, but neither are demeaning thoughts about myself. It's not an easy thought process to manage. Perhaps I want emotional freedom for myself, in mind, body, and spirit. And taking a full breath in and out. So yes, we have a lot of adverse experiences that happen to us, and they happen to us, but they are not a part of us, and we don't have to carry this all of our life. We can start to look at that, but that actually means leaning into some discomfort, some actual healing to actually start to change these demeaning statements into more meaningful statements for ourselves, from disempowered to empowered. But that can only begin for the person to actually step upon that journey. No one can do it for you. So consider it, and also consider, is the action that I'm going to take from this video to go look at another video, or is it to contemplate and actually to think, is this actually what I want for my life? And perhaps I want more for my life, because we can do so much more than what we were told of being so much less. So I'm Dion from Eflowtion Support Services. I offer EFT tapping one-on-one online. So check out Eflowtion Support Services for a deeper healing experience. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.